Welcome to QCC's Face the Region. Face the Region is produced by Quinsigamond Community College to assist our region in attaining educational, economic, and personal prosperity. Now, here's your host, WCRN's Hank Stoltz.
Good afternoon, I'm Hank Stoltz, and this is QCC's Face the Region on News and Talk Radio AM 830 WCRN. And we are going to be speaking today about transfer opportunities and the $30,000 commitment. To begin with, as we talk about the $30,000 commitment, we have Aiko Abercrombie. She is the Associate Director of Admissions, and thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me, Hank.
Let's talk about it. Why don't we start with just a quick overview of what the $30K commitment is?
Sure. The $30K commitment is a collaboration, a partnership with Worcester State, Fitchburg State, Mount Wachusett, and Quinsigamond Community College. The four public institutions get together. We decide to make it affordable for our students here in the community in the Worcester County to obtain 2 degrees in 2 years with QCC and another 2 years with either Worcester State or Fitchburg State for a total of $30,000 for both the associate degrees and the bachelor's degree.
All right, so I just want to make sure that I get this, because it does sound like an unbelievable deal. I mean, we're talking about schools that are more than I don't even know what the average is, but I mean, awful lot of schools. It seems as if you're in for $40,000 or more just for 1 year. You hear about, Bernie Sanders has made it a campaign issue out there on the campaign trail. I mean, you talk about the student debt the kids are racking up. 4 years, I'm going to get my associate's degree and I'm going to get a bachelor's degree. End of 4 years, my total commitment is $30,000.
Correct, and that's not including financial aid. So if you have financial aid, you'll be extra cost savings on top of that. So a student who met the eligibility for financial aid and also have scholarships, they will be paying less than $30,000. So once again, this is a tuition lock opportunity incentive that student can sign up here at QCC. And the following programs that we have under the 30K are business administration, the computer science, criminal justice, early child education, elementary education, and then the biology and chemistry track. These are high demanding programs in the workforce right now in central Massachusetts as well as statewide.
Now, is that part of how this was decided? So you have these high demand majors, but is part of it based on that? It is a program to keep people here in central Massachusetts after they graduate?
Yes, our president here at the college, she has this vision just to help students save costs, save money, graduate from QCC, further themselves, and to Worcester State, our partner, or Fitchburg State, and also have that extra cost of saving to buy themselves a house here, to raise a family here, stay in the community, be the next generation of leaders in the communities.
Now, you talk about the tuition being locked in as well. What is the commitment of the student? Once they begin the program, do they have to complete it in the 4 years?
That is correct. That's part of the program. We're trying to get students to finish in 2 years with QCC, 2 years with Worcester State or Fitchburg State, so they can get out there and get a job, earn a good living, stay in the community, give back to the community, and have minimal or no debt.
So full course load. This is something. Because many people, of course, who come to QCC, lifelong learners, but they might be because they have another job. They're out, taking a class or two. This really is. 19, 20 years old maybe, and you're going to go begin your college career, and you're going to end in the 4 years.
Not necessarily. Sometimes it's an older student coming back to school, re-careering, and they took the opportunity to take on this initiative and this incentive. We also have students as long as they do 30 credits per year, so they can do 12 in the fall and then 16 in the spring, and then maybe take a winter session. We also have online options, evening programs, classes in the night, Saturday classes. So it's very flexible on your scheduling, but as long as you finish 30 credits per academic year.
All right. This is one of those, and we're speaking with Aiko Abercrombie. She's the Associate Director of Admissions. We're talking about this $30,000 commitment, associate's degree from QCC, and then you're on to Worcester State, Fitchburg State, wherever it may be, to get your bachelor's degree. What were the other two schools? I want to make sure that I have. They're all schools that are state schools.
Yes. So Quinsigamond, Mount Wachusett, Fitchburg State, right, and Worcester State.
Right. All right. So how do you do it?
So they just contact admissions, and basically they can email me directly or to admissions office here at QCC, and just on your subject line say yes to 30K. And that way we know that we can contact you, follow up with you, and guide you through the process.
All right, I like the yes to 30K. Here's where I was going, though, too, but important that we know that information. How does the school do it? How do the schools do it? I mean, it's like the deal seems too good to be true.
Yeah, but we need your help to get the words out, because a lot of people still don't know that this is a great opportunity. As you mentioned earlier, it might be 40,000 on average. It's about 25,000 per year just to go for your bachelor. And if you time that 4 times, so you're looking at close to 100,000 a year, 4 years for a bachelor for a lot of private school.
Yeah, a lot of money, a lot of debt when you get out of school.
Exactly. A public school, we have quality education, and then you can transfer on to Worcester State. It's rated really well as Fitchburg State for teaching education. We need teachers. We need people in the workforce, in criminal justice. We need more computer science in the business sector as well to keep the community going.
You talked about the fact that, I mean, it is the 30,000 commitment, but it's also financial aid is available.
Yes.
Somebody who is listening right now and hopefully getting ready to jump at this deal, or is thinking about this seriously for their son or daughter or whoever it may be in your family, you walk them through that process. I mean, they don't have to be experts. I mean, what they really need is just what you say in this subject line: yes to 30K. You want to do it, and you'll help make that possible.
That is correct. They just call admissions, and I'm the designated person for the 30K. They ought to say yes to 30K. My staff will connect them to talk to me. We schedule a time to talk over the phone, in person, or email, and we can help the parents or the student navigate and learn about the process. If they don't think they meet the eligibility now, the fortunate thing is this program going to be around 6 years, so it's not going to go away tomorrow. It is a commitment for the 4 presidents in the college systems here.
Fantastic. So, I mean, so they really did. They all got together and decided that this was something that was just, I mean, it's just such a wonderful program. It is up and running right now.
Correct.
What's the response been so far?
I've been having a lot of high response from the high schools. Some of the parents are already inquiring and signing up. We have to wait for those students to graduate from high school, the seniors. Today, actually, I will have a student coming in this afternoon, a fall student who didn't hear about it until recently, and she's coming to meet with me to sign the commitment to be on the program.
Boy, this is fantastic. One more time, the best way for folks to get in touch with you and take advantage of yes to 30K.
Yes, to 30K, call admissions office, and we will connect you or email us.
Iko Abercrombie, Associate Director of Admissions, thank you for joining us right here on QCC's Face the Region and bringing us up to date on this.
Thank you, Hank. It was my pleasure being here.
Hey, much more to come. We're going to be talking about some transfer opportunities straight ahead on News and Talk Radio, AM 830 WCRN. QCC's Face the Region continues on News and Talk Radio, AM 830 WCRN. And we're going to be speaking now with Faith Wong. She's the Director of Career Services. And indeed, we're going to be talking about career services. What Director of Career Services, tell me a little bit about what it is that you do at QCC.
Well, yeah, it's the Student Employment and Transfer Office, or Center. And we have a lot going on in our office. In addition to career services and helping students get a job, we also have a program called Service Learning, where our students do volunteerism that's related to their coursework, where they go out into the community, do their volunteering, come back into the classroom, and reflect on their experience in the community.
Well, that's great. I would think that a lot of students here, of course, at QCC already have a lot of real-world experience. Can you tell me a little bit, why don't we start there with some of the students who maybe they've been out in the workforce, the workforce has changed in the 20 years they've been in, or however long it is, and now they're coming back to school to get a certificate, to get an associate's degree, or at least to get some retraining in some cases. How do you work with them, and then how does Career Services kind of point them in the direction of a new job?
Okay, well, that is another service that we offer from our office. It's called Prior Learning Credit. As you said, we have many students who come back to us who have been out in the workforce for many years. Also, military personnel are starting to come back to school now. So we try to give them as much credit as possible towards the degree that they're pursuing at QCC. So in many cases, they are able to get maybe 3, 4, 5 coursework for
Wow.
credit for prior learning without actually having to take the coursework. So
Are they
it really
pleasant?
works.
Yeah, are they pleasantly surprised when they find out?
Absolutely.
Yeah, what a great, what a
Yeah.
great
Absolutely.
benefit. So back to the service learning that you were talking about. Okay, so that wouldn't be as much. So would the service learning be for some of those who are coming back to not as much?
It could be, but it's mostly a way of volunteering and helping the community, but also getting credit for that coursework and for that.
I see, but is it a little bit like an internship?
It's similar to an internship. What we're finding now, many of the employers are looking for service. They want to see that our students are civically engaged, and also students who go on to the four-year university and they have to do their paper for admissions. It really gives them a
Right.
boost in getting chosen.
It's
for the
funny. I mean, I
classes.
suppose that's very competitive as
It's
well.
very
So it really
competitive.
is. Like
does
when you're in high school and you're making sure that you're out there doing things, you're being part of the community. This is the same thing. Be part of the community here at QCC,
Exactly.
but really part of the greater community
Right.
as well. Do you also see sometimes in an internship, of course, sometimes those actually then evolve into employment?
Right.
Is there a component of that in this as well, or this really is
Yes.
just giving
Yep.
back? Yeah.
We do have cooperative education. Most of our career programs, our technical programs, do require a course in cooperative education. So that is really great because many of our students who've done co-op end up being hired by the companies that they work for during their internship.
Yeah.
So that's been very successful. We average about 70 students a year doing co-op, and we have almost 2,600 students or student visits to our office overall. So we very, very busy
Yeah,
office.
busy. Yeah, I would
yeah.
think that I mean, obviously, there's a lot of networking and connections
Yes.
that go on through these programs
Right.
as well. Is there a greater QCC network? Just to really, folks, I'll tell you what. When we record the show here at Quinsigamond Community College, and when you're walking down the hallway to the room where we record, you go by all of these illustrious people who have graduated from QCC, and I'm guessing it's really quite a network that is out there of QCC alum.
Right. We also try to match our students up with some of our alum. That's a project that we've been working on for the last couple of years to try to expand that. But as far as the networking, we do offer class visits. And one of the things I have to say, everything is free for our students. So there's no charge
Yeah.
whatsoever. We do class visits. We provide workshops for them. We bring in employers for panels. We also take students out to companies to do site visits, help them with their resume. We have a very strong following of employers who post on our electronic job board, and our employers are able to post for free. We don't charge them, as many schools do. So we have, I would say, an average of anywhere from 100 to 200 positions on our job board at any given time, and many of the major companies in this area. It is free for our students. All of our services are free.
And free for the companies to post
Free
to
for the companies to post on our job board. So
Fantastic. Job opportunity assistance. Obviously, you talked about how busy you are. I'm assuming that's where a lot of the, when you talk about how busy you are, because people, of course, anxious to make sure that they're going to get a job when they get out. Is it best to kind of be in contact with you over a couple of years? Is it best to come to you over the last couple of months? The day they're graduating, do they come and say, "Help"?
that happens often, but no, they really should come right at the very beginning, because as we work with them throughout the time they're here, it really gives them confidence. In many of our students, it's the first time they've ever gone out for a job, so it gives them the confidence. It gives them a chance to network, and it prepares them for the world of work. So they really should come as soon as they can.
Are there some employers who, I mean, it really is, you talked about some of the ones who are obviously using your electronic posting, but are there somewhere it really is a pipeline? Are there some certain majors where, I mean, QCC, and boom, there are people who are looking for graduates at QCC, and
Right.
you got an in?
Well, the health sciences, definitely. Computer science, we do have many companies that are looking. Manufacturing is another area where this is a really great area of the state for manufacturing. So we have some excellent manufacturers out there that are looking to hire our students.
Faith Wong is with us, Director of Career Services. We're talking about all the things that they do, whether it's helping you get a job or some of the co-ops, the way in which, you come back. I loved this part. I mean, you're out there, you've got a job right now, you're coming back to school, you may need some retraining, you're going to get credit for your life experience. So all of these different benefits to students. I know that there, and I don't know if this is an actual course now or if this is something that you might do through career services, but there's always this talk about, you're putting together the resume, but sometimes it isn't just that, and the resume is incredibly important. So, how to tailor it, especially for different jobs. But also just to be able to do an interview. I know that that's, so important right now. Is that something that career services can help?
Interviews. We even have companies that will come in and do mock interviews for our students. Again, free of charge. So it's really a great opportunity for our students.
Terrific. All right. So you come to QCC.
Right.
One of your first stops should be career services.
Right. And we also have the transfer office in our area. So whether it's job placement, whether it's going on to a four-year institution, our office is the office to come to first.
You've set this up for me perfectly. Coming up straight ahead, we'll talk about transfer opportunities, and we'll do that with Beth Fullerton, transfer counselor here. But Faith Wong, Director of Career Services, thank you so much for joining us here.
Thank you for having us.
Right here on QCC's Face the Region on News and Talk Radio, AM 830 WCRN. Good afternoon. I'm Hank Stoltz. This is QCC's Face the Region on News and Talk Radio, AM 830 WCRN. We're so pleased now that transfer counselor Beth Fullerton is joining us, and we're going to talk about some of these transfer opportunities. Some students come, they come for the certificate, some come for the associate's degree, and they're right out into the workforce. Many others, of course, Beth, come and they are looking, economic reasons or just the quality of education here, certainly at QCC, and then they are looking to transfer to a four-year school, and they're going to go on and they're going to get their bachelor's. Well, how do you help them? How do you facilitate that?
Great question. Well, we work with all schools within Massachusetts and even outside of Massachusetts, and we have what are called articulation agreements, which tend to be with private schools. And then we have mass transfer agreements, which tend to be with our public schools. And it's just an easy pathway to transfer. And some of the things that go along with this, for instance, if you graduate with us with an associate's in engineering with at least a 3.3 GPA, we can get you guaranteed admission into WPI for any engineering program. And the same works for UMass Amherst, UMass Dartmouth, and UMass Lowell for engineering as well. And as far as mass transfer, you need certain GPA, and all credits transfer and guaranteed admission.
Tell me a little bit more about that guaranteed admission. So no matter one time it may be, 20 students, another time it could be 50, but as long as you have the GPA and you've completed that course load and you have that associate's degree, you are able to go to WPI.
Exactly.
Wow.
Yes.
That's
wonderful.
fantastic. I had read, I think it might have just been in an article in the paper or something the other day. WPI, the most students that they get from outside of high schools, I guess, is from Quinsigamond Community College.
I wouldn't doubt that.
Yeah.
We have a wonderful engineering program here with Dad Bay, and very smart students that come through, and WPI has said that our students are prepared.
Well, and I'm betting that you have some wonderful stories that you could tell us as well. Students who have come and gone on literally probably to all of the best universities in America and around the world in some cases.
Absolutely. We have someone who went to Cornell on a full ride. We actually have four female students out at Smith College right now who won $54,000 scholarships with the Ada Comstock program.
Wow.
Which is amazing. So they are paying less to go to Smith College than they would if they were commuting to Worcester State.
Isn't that something? Think of that 4-year education now that you have that was made economically viable by coming here to QCC for those first 2 years.
Absolutely, and they all did very well here. And we have colleges that come on campus almost every day to recruit our students.
Beth, did you we were talking with Faith about career services and about when you're don't day of graduation come in and say, hey, what job opportunities are out there? Kind of work that over the course of a couple of years. Is it the same if you want to, or you are planning to transfer to four-year school, especially I would think if you're going to a Smith, or you want to go to WPI, or Cornell is in your sights?
Absolutely. I would say come in and talk to us as soon as possible, because even if you want to go to Fitchburg State or Westfield State, especially, let's say Westfield State, which is known for criminal justice, it's always good to plan ahead and find out what will transfer if you have any electives. And so I always try to get students to come see us.
Yeah.
One of the first things, and Dan Delatorre, who is the coordinator of transfer and articulation, we do a lot of class visits trying to get students to come in and also start thinking about transferring to a four-year school.
That's great. And the 3+1 programs?
3+1. So we have two 3+1 programs here. We have one with Worcester State, the nursing degree, and it is an RN, an associate RN to a Bachelor of Science of Nursing. So your third year is here at Quinsig at our prices, and then your fourth year you do go to Worcester State and you take their upper division nursing classes, and so you will have your Bachelor of Science in Nursing.
All right, so explain that to me again. So the third year is here at Quinsigamond College. So you've come here for
an associates,
and
then
you
have your associate in nursing, and then basically you will keep doing classes here at our prices. Your third year, instead of perhaps transferring in your junior year, you would stay here, and then but your senior year you would go over to Worcester State and complete all the rest of your upper division nursing classes there.
Interesting. I know in the past we've had, because you had talked about those articulation agreements. I know that there's some agreements with Elms College, for example. Is that a nursing program as well? That's something different.
That's something different.
Okay.
They do have a nursing program, but it's to complete the bachelor's.
Bachelor's. Okay.
Yes.
I mean, these transfer opportunities. Then again, do you find that do most students who want to transfer, they kind of have that in their minds when they arrive, or is it sort of half and half? People are here and they go, you know what, I do want to continue my education, and somewhere along the line they decide that they want to look at a four-year degree.
That's a great question. I see a lot of both. Some of them absolutely come in and they know exactly what they want to do, and some come in fact, someone just walked in today and said, not sure what I want to do when I go to a bachelor's degree. So we have a good setup here as far as if you're not sure, general studies is a great major to pursue here, but that general studies translates into so many colleges for so many degrees. And Dan Delatorre has worked with many of these colleges that someone can go on for psychology and criminal justice and basically almost any degree from general science.
And Dan is the coordinator of the transfer and articulation here at QCC. So really, I mean, that's a great point. So there's a lot of counseling that kind of goes on. Again, a good reason for somebody to come to come in.
Absolutely.
And a lot of guidance as to, okay, you want to go to WPI or wherever it may be. You probably steer them in the right direction of, here's the classes that you're going to have to take.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And we also steer them to go talk to these colleges when they come on our campus. We also encourage them to go and visit, do the fall open houses or do the tours, everything. I tell students all the time, it's just like buying a car or dating or buying a house. It has to be a good fit.
Yeah,
and
you really have to work it. You have to
it's
network,
a journey.
and
Exactly.
it's another part almost of of your job to
Absolutely.
make sure that you're gonna get your best deal possible.
Absolutely.
Boy,
Absolutely.
What else because we have just a minute here left? What else haven't we gotten to that we need to know about the transfer opportunities at QCC?
Oh, I would love to talk about the Nichols A to B program,
yes.
which is a 3+1, which is another very popular with the business admin transfer students here. And that is going to Nichols College and finishing out your business degree, which of course we all know that Nichols is known for their business degrees. But again, your third year is here at QCC, so your junior level classes are taught here. and it's at our prices. And then your senior year is at Nichols College. And so you finish up there, and you can go nights, you can go days, you can go online, and you can do a combination of all of them.
Wow, so many opportunities.
Tons of opportunities.
But the key, gang, obviously, is that you need to come here to QCC.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We have so many opportunities.
Beth, thank you so much for joining us and talking about this.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Beth Fullerton with us, transfer counselor. We want to thank all of our guests today. Iko Abercrombie, the Associate Director of Admissions, Faith Wong, Director of Career Services, as well as Beth Fullerton, transfer counselor, for joining us on QCC's Face the Region. And thank you for being with us as well. I'm Hank Stoltz on News and Talk Radio, AM 830 WCRN.
This has been Quinsigamond Community College's Face the Region with your host, Hank Stoltz. Join us again next weekend on AM 830 WCRN.